Once, a dragon protected the magical creatures of New York. He skateboarded to school, battled ogres in Chinatown, and vanished without a trace. American Dragon Jake Long was one of Disney's boldest shows, fusing Chinese mythology, NYC street culture, and coming-of-age comedy. So why did it disappear so suddenly? Why did its entire identity change before the end? This is the story of a dragon caught between two worlds and what his rise and fall says about how we treat Asian American identity on screen. Part 1. The Rise of Jake Long. American Dragon Jake Long debuted in 2005 on Disney Channel, created by Jeff Good. It told the story of Jake, a seemingly average Chinese American teen in Manhattan, voiced by none other than Dante Basco, aka Prince Zuko. But Jake wasn't just a teen. He was secretly the American Dragon, charged with protecting the magical world from evil while keeping his grades up and dodging high school drama. More importantly, the show explored what it meant to live between two worlds: tradition versus teen rebellion, immigrant heritage versus assimilation, ancient dragons versus New York City grime. To a lot of us growing up Asian American, Jake wasn't just cool, he was real. Part 2. The Shift. What went wrong? Then, something strange happened. Between seasons 1 and 2, the show was completely redesigned. Animation style, totally different. Characters, sharper, more cartoonish. Even Jake's voice and attitude got tweaked. Why? Insiders say it was about ratings, that Disney wanted a more marketable style. But to fans, it felt like a betrayal, like the soul of the show had been gutted. And buried in this redesign was something deeper, a quiet dilution of Jake's Asian American identity. Part 3. Hidden themes of identity and assimilation. Underneath the flashy transformations and magical kung fu battles, American Dragon was wrestling with something more complicated: identity. Jake had to switch between worlds constantly, and not just magical ones. At home, he was the son of a Chinese immigrant mom and a non-Chinese American father. At school, he was a class clown, the crushworthy skater, the kid who could never show his real self. That tension of hiding who you are to fit in is something a lot of Asian American kids knew intimately. Code switching wasn't a concept we had words for yet, but Jake Long gave it a face. Even his love interest, Rose, had a double life. She was secretly Hunt's girl, trained to kill magical creatures, aka Jake himself. Their romance wasn't just Romeo and Juliet. It was assimilation and rejection colliding head-on. But while the show danced around these big ideas, it never quite got the space to say them out loud. It hinted, it whispered, and then it was gone. Part 4. Cultural erasure or missed evolution. By 2007, American Dragon Jake Long was canceled. No grand finale, no resolution for Rose, no future for Jake. Just silence. To many fans, this wasn't just the end of a cartoon. It was the end of one of Disney's most visible attempts at showing a multicultural lead who wasn't a sidekick or a stereotype. Was Jake's story too complicated, too specific, or just too ethnic for mainstream success in a pre-Moana, pre-Turning Red Disney? What's clear is this: American Dragon asked big questions, but never got the space to answer them. And in its silence, we saw a larger pattern of erasure, hesitation, and media that flinched when it got too close to the truth. Part 5. The Legacy. Despite its quiet cancellation, American Dragon left a lasting mark. Fans kept the dragon alive through fan art, cosplay, and heartfelt YouTube tributes. Today's Asian American creators stand on the shoulders of shows like American Dragon. It was one of the first steps in carving out space for stories that reflect the complexity of growing up Asian American. Jake's story was about belonging and power, about embracing your heritage and your individuality. And that story is more relevant now than ever. Let the dragon sleep, for now. The dragon sleeps, but the story never truly ended. In the hearts of those who saw themselves in Jake Long, that fire still burns. Until then, remember the dragon and the power it had to fly between worlds.